So last night was so great. I was at home. I had like finished my day, and I was trying to decide if I was going to go out and see my favorite band because I really like to listen to music. And I decided not to. The cold has been a big deterrent for me. I like just getting bundled up and going out these days has been a little bit challenging for me. Anyway, but I stayed home, and then I was on my phone and just sort of, you know, doing what I do. And all of a sudden this thing popped up, and it was talking about a chat room on Zoom. And I ended up going to it. I ended up joining in this chat room, and I just cried and cried and cried. I just didn't realize how completely isolated I have felt. And that is not to say that I don't have some like amazing friends. I do, and I really appreciate my children for hanging in there with me. But and I have I just spend a lot of time um, uh, by myself, seemingly by myself, in my own thoughts, and just just I don't know, I guess with beings that I can't see. Beings that I can't see, but it's just the truth. Um, yeah, but I had done this video the other day and pulled it, and it was talking about this multi-dimensionality about us, that all of us are these multi-dimensional beings. And I've been entertaining this idea that beings that we can't see could possibly live vicariously through us. And I'm not entirely sure if they're like actually in our bodies, but since we're all energy, there is a possibility that they actually do inhabit us. But I'm not sure about that, but possibly being with us and experiencing life, the things that we do, the eating, the drinking, the dancing, the enjoying, and and really, um, so I had listened to an Abraham Hicks recently where they were talking about the allowing of the flow of the connection with God to varying degrees, that the people that on the planet, we in varying degrees are allowing the divinity to live through us. And and what I was talking about in this previous video had to do with wanting the whatever would be experiencing to be experiencing the best of life. The best of life, the best of life. And so like our thoughts, like being very, very careful with our thoughts, and like the difference between like this idea of self-loathing. Like I'm like, I make jokes about it sometimes, but and maybe I shouldn't even joke about it, but like, well, yeah, I'm just a horrible person, to the idea of just appreciating everything, absolutely everything around us. Just the appreciation of the unfoldment of our life as it, as when we're walking, driving, everything, and then the road is just right out there in front of us for us to drive on. And I had talked a little bit about, I thought it was just silly, so silly. I had talked a little bit about this, this idea of the vehicle. I really feel like our bodies are this vehicle, and 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 really enjoying vehicles. I didn't know that I liked them so much, but I really do. In fact, I really love the car that I drive. I really love the sound of it when I like accelerate and it just makes this vroom and it goes really quickly along the road. I just love that feeling. But but I had in way previous videos I had taught this young man and my friend, he really he just felt me to be very, very materialistic, and he would really upset him when I would talk about cars. And I said, well, if you're gonna pick Krishna, because he's ultimately a Hindu, he I said, if you're gonna pick up Krishna, what are you gonna pick him up in, this car or this car? And he said, of course I'm gonna, well, he said I would prefer it to be a Rolls Royce. So if we're going to have the divinity living within us, if we're going to be having the divinity living within us, wanting it to be the best, it to be the best that we can have. And I'm not necessarily talking about the material aspects of it, because I don't think that Jesus would really care what vehicle we picked him up in. I don't think they would really care. I don't think the masters would really care necessarily the type of vehicle, but you know, like the little drummer boy is coming to mind, you know. I have no song, but just beating, just trying to beat the best beat, trying to live the best life, trying to be the best version of ourselves, to shine forth, and just the being of that, and that being the change, that being the radiance, that being what actually is to make the world, like to add to the already joyous place that this is, to add to the joy that's already here. Because we get to live here. We get to live here. We get to live on this like amazing planet. Amazing planet. Love you guys. Bye.